This is my snapshot of how I feel about the characters at the end of ARR, and I am very excited to play Heavensward and then redo the list and see how they look differently at the end of each expansion, and like how I rate people as we go. Okay, let's give this a go. Let's give this a go. So we'll just start in alphabetical order, I guess. We'll pick up Alisae. What did she do? I think the first time we met, well, the first time I believe is on the very beginning cutscene, right? On the cart. She was there when I was getting introduced to all the different cities and going to the rallies and the speeches. But I think Alfie did most of the talking. And then Alisae kind of went her own way and obviously went to work on Coil's stuff and finding out about Louisoix. I think Alisae did okay, but she hasn't really done that much yet. Like, I don't think she can really be like above a B. The storyline that she was a part of was good. It was a good story, but I've only really seen her like do that one thing in the cutscene after Louisoix thing, where they like opened up where they shot the fucking beam, like her and Alfie like teamed up, right? I don't think I can give her higher than a B, so I might end up moving her down if I feel like B tier is full and there's like other people I'm putting in B. All right, Alfie. Okay. Honestly, I think actually Alfie is a pretty good character. He's a little snotty bastard, but I think he's quite a decent character. I think he's probably A tier. I don't know about S. He just, like, the first half of the game, he's like being a bit of a... I mean, that is kind of his character. He's a 16-year-old coming from money, right? He's a bit bratty. So it makes sense. It's within the boundaries of his character and what it is and is made of and stuff, right? So I guess I can't really be mad at it. I'm not mad at it. What's the criteria? Don't know. Vibe check. Yeah, he's definitely got the best character progression. I'll give you that. So maybe he does belong higher. Yeah, he changed the most over the course of ARR, and he also I kind of like who he's turning into, but I'm still like not entirely convinced. I don't know what it is. I get like a upset in my stomach a little bit when I can't just sit there and say like Alfie is good. I don't know why. Like, something feels uneasy if I were to say like Alfie is good. By the way, throughout this, don't give me any spoilers for anything beyond what I've done, right? He seems to have good intentions, but he usually seems to have an ulterior motive as well. So by the kind of logic of Boy Who Cried Wolf, I feel like there's something still a little bit sus about him. And I can't really quite put my finger on what it is. I guess that does make him a good character though, right? So maybe he's S. He was like a hard like B tier or C even, and he like towards like the second half of ARR he really like pumped up the ranks. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him in A for now. S tier is gonna be for like the true Giga Chads who are just non-stop pumpage. Aymeric, I feel I know everyone fucking loves Aymeric, but he hasn't really done that much yet. Let's be real. Like, maybe he pops off later, but right now he hasn't really done that much. But he is pretty good because he was like the only-ish guardian to like actually be willing to talk to any outsiders, right? He is my boyfriend. Yeah, his voice is hot. His voice is great. He seems nice, but he hasn't actually done that much. Like, all he's done is be willing to open a dialogue, right? Aymeric only B tier. He's hot. Okay, I'll give you that, guys. He's hot. But he hasn't actually done that much. Okay? He's heard us out. He's joined our forces. He might pop off later. I don't know. All right? Yeah, I don't know. Everyone seems to absolutely love Aymeric. Put Alfie in his place for this never negotiating. Yeah, he put Alfie in his... I mean, a few people have put Alfie in his place, and that honestly deserves recognition for sure. Aymeric has. Merlwyb has. I think probably most people have. Maybe even Minfilia has, honestly, and that is saying something. But you guys already know where Minfilia is going. Throw him in who for 5 gifted? No, this is going to be an accurate tier list, all right? Okay, Biggs. All right, Biggs is kind of Chad, all right? Biggs is kind of Chad, but he's not that useful, all right? He's charming, but, like, is he really that useful? Maybe he goes above Alisae. Nah, he probably goes behind. Like, he's a side character, but he's cool, I suppose. He's not useless, but like, what did Biggs really do? You know, he's he helps out Wedge. Wedge is great. I feel like they have to go together, Biggs and Wedge. Like they're a duo. I can't really put him above B. That's like his max. I feel like Biggs and Wedge. What did Biggs ever do for us? Look, Biggs and Wedge were excellent handymen and distractions. They helped out with Castrum Sentry. They were pretty pivotal in the storyline around Castrum Sentry. Like me, Sid, Biggs, and Wedge were like hanging out with the homies. We got Maggie sorted. They helped out with the Crystal Tower stuff, so that's pretty nice of them. But I think that's the only things I can like truly remember. I don't think they really did that much, you know? Yeah, Castrum was probably the most important thing they did, I'd say. They did give us Maggie, which is a big deal. Which is a big deal for sure. So I might even put Biggs and Wedge. Like, they surely have to go together, right? I think I might put them above Alisae for now. Because, again, Alisae didn't actually do that much herself, right? I don't know, though. I mean, she uncovered, like because of Alisae, she did kind of uncover the, like, whole history of Louisoix, which is pretty big. I think she probably deserves to go ahead of Biggs and Wedge. Maybe they're even C tier. I think they might be C tier, guys. Right, Sid. He's pretty good. Ooh, Sid is like high A, low S, I think. I think I'm gonna put him high A for now. Sid's great. He might be S, honestly. He's definitely at least an A. He's honestly just always been great. Like, he's helpful. He knows his shit. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty. He's good at talking to people. He's reliable. Yeah, he might be S. He's handsome. I think he might be S. He's kind of daddy. Yeah, he kind of is. I think he might be our first S. I feel like Alfie would be S if he wasn't, if he had more going for him at the start of the game, you know? I don't know. You know what? I'll put him in S for now, Sid. He's a good character for sure. He just gets shit done, you know? Elidibus, I feel like this is something that comes later, I imagine, because I think he's involved in Heavensward just because of the cinematic with the Pope. Elidibus, I think is like B, I guess. He hasn't really done anything, but I feel like he's gonna ramp up. He's kind of like the good. It feels like we've got like Lahabrea and Elidibus are like opposites that are kind of like working together officially, but also have different agendas. And it's like the good and the bad, like angel kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I feel like he'll be a B. I think I prefer. I don't know. Maybe I don't prefer him to Lahabrea. He hasn't actually done that much yet, but I feel like he could have the potential to pop off, and I think that's like worth something, I suppose. Yeah, he's cooking right now. Like he could potentially be a C, but I feel like I can't really put him with Biggs and Wedge. Like, he's more important. Well, he's more important than that. Like, I feel like he's gonna pop off, you know what I mean? So I kind of like it's almost like Elidibus is like foreshadowing or something, you know? So I like the potential. It makes me get like the butterflies, you know, a little bit. Yeah, I'll put him in B for now. Okay, we might as well do Lahabrea while we're here. Definitely has done more than Elidibus. Has done more than Alisae. I don't think Lahabrea really did that much. Like, I guess he's just kind of on the same level. Maybe he's a little bit higher than Ellie, though. He is, to be fair, Lahabrea is responsible for a lot of content. So we have to kind of give him a little bit there, you know? Like, I think he's responsible for a lot of the content that's been in the game so far. And that deserves credit, for sure. Like, what realistically has he actually done? The boss fight with him was pretty cool. I'll give him that. But other than that, he really just followed me around, lurking in the shadows. And, like, spectating my playthrough, almost. He did kill me. Yeah, he's definitely powerful. I'll give him that. He's giga powerful. But, like, what has he realistically done? He only masterminded and manipulated Gaius van Balsa? Yeah, I mean, he is an Ascian. He's definitely got an unfair advantage there. I guess he kind of did more than Alisae. I can't really put him above Alisae. Like, she was there for 10 minutes, you know? Like, she was responsible for coils and us, like, meeting up with Louisoix and stuff, so that is cool. Maybe even he's above Aymeric. Yeah, you know what? I'll put him there. I'll put him there. While we're on Ascians then, guys, Nabriales. All right, the Rizzler. Where's he going? I think Nabriales was a solid B for the 10 minutes that he was there. No, I think he's in a C tier. Or is he a who? I mean, he was literally there for 5 minutes. Is he in the who tier? Who megalol? I think he might be a who megalol, guys. He was literally there 10 minutes. I don't know why this tier is here, but it does seem fitting. Sideburns tier. Honestly, though, like, he was literally there for 5 minutes, but I really did quite like his boss fight. I'm not going to lie. His boss fight was great. But he's still kind of a who, you know? Right, Estinien. Now, this is from a Dragoon POV. I think Estinien is... so far... there's no way he's an S tier, guys. So far. He's not done anything yet. Okay, there's no way he can be S. He's literally not done anything. All he's done is run away from me. There was that one time he tried to team up with me and then he ran away. To be fair, he came back for the gates. He is cool and edgy, and he is a Dragoon, and a 0-1 at that. He does poke with the long pole. I think I might put him here. Like, he's cooler than Lahabrea, let's be real. But he really hasn't done that much yet. Like, he was in the Dragoon questline running around away from me. Then we fought each other and then he ran off. And he talks about Nidhogg, and then he came back and now he's randomly good. Even though last time I saw him, he was bad. So I'm really not sure what's going on there. So I don't know if I can really put him that high until we do Heavensward, you know? And then we'll see what's going on. Gaius is an easy S tier. Gaius is hella Giga Chad. He's one of my favorite characters. He might be above Sid, to be honest. Gaius is just an absolute legend. How very glib. Yeah. I think he might be above Sid there. Like, for the short time he was around. He's definitely coming back, okay? No copium. I did not see him die. Okay, he died like 3 times and he didn't die. And then the one time I'm supposed to believe he's dead, I didn't get to see him die. Tell me, for whom do you fight? Yeah, like, he has a sick voice. He's got good vibes. He's giga powerful. He never fucking dies. Yeah, he's S tier for sure. He looks cool. Yeah, he's definitely S tier. He got nuked. Nah, I mean, he got nuked like 3 times. He's chilling, dude. Okay, I haven't done Godbert, so I don't know. We can go Graha, though. Graha seems, like, cool. I just don't know if we're gonna see him, like, again, you know? I think we must. There's no way that we would just lock him away in the Crystal Tower literally forever, as he's, like, the one person with Ascian blood left. Like, he has to be a big guy, you know what I mean? What did Graha do? He joined us. We went to the Crystal Tower. He didn't fight with us. He was just kind of hanging around. He founded Noah, I suppose. And then he locked himself away and was like, time for a catnap. He didn't really do that much yet, but I feel like he's gonna pop off at some point. He has to, right? Like, he just had both eyes go red. There's no way that is just like, okay, never seeing Graha again. Bye, guys. Graha's storyline is done. Like, there's just no way. But right now, he's a B, because he hasn't actually really done that much. You know, I feel like he's setting up. He might be down here because I just think he's like setting up for something cool. He might just be above Aymeric in that kind of same kind of vibey category, you know. Yeah, don't spoil anything. Don't spoil anything or foreshadow anything. All right, we're gonna put him same tier as Aymeric, I suppose. Like, these guys are all, I feel like this is like the foreshadowing tier, but they were like good for what we saw of them, you know. Now, you know what? I feel like he's gonna be important, so I'm putting him in B. I might even move Aymeric down. I'm not sure yet. Right, then we got Haurchefant. All right, this guy's a bit of a Chad. I think Haurchefant has to be like low A for sure. He's just nice. He seems like a genuine nice guy who's just looking out for me. He's on my side. He talks to me like I'm I don't know, the last thing that he could crave in this entire universe. He's just a super swell dude. Yeah, hot cocoa tier for sure. Yeah, that's an understatement. Like, I could sit in that room with that fireplace going when the people squatting in the corner with Halshi and drinking hot cocoa literally forever. He hasn't really done that much right now, but the last thing I literally did on MSQ was he invited me to his home and was like, bro, he was like, me casa, do casa, or whatever the saying is. He was like, make yourself at home, brother. Pull up a chair, grab some hot jockey, and have a good old time. So he's super nice guy. Mikasa Sukasa. There you go. That is exactly it. Right, haven't done Hildy. All right, Hoary Boulder. You know what? Before I would have said Humegalol, but Hoary can be in C tier. Yeah, he can be in C tier for now. He hasn't actually done that much, but I feel like he's gonna become a Giga Chad. I feel like he's like the Scion story that we're gonna like see evolve. Hopefully he's gonna do big things one day, but obviously don't spoil anything. But right now, he's just kind of a Chad. Like, C for Chad, okay? He's kind of a Chad. Like, I'm not saying he's not a Giga Chad. I'm just saying he actually really hasn't done that much yet, you know what I mean? Fill him in. Fill him in. Yeah, I mean, she's aight. She's aight. Meow. Yeah, she's aight. She hasn't really done much. I mean, we picked her up. Thancred wants to fuck her. And, she makes food for people. She's aight. She's not bad. So, S+. Catgirl equals easy S tier. Scion MILF. Wow, you guys are unhinged. Yeah, she is a catgirl. I'll give her that. Ilberd. See, right before the end of the story, I'd have put this guy in easy S tier. Maybe he still deserves S tier or high A for sure. We didn't really get to see him for that long, but he was a bit of a Chad, and then he turned into an asshole. So maybe A for asshole. Yeah, he's a traitor. But like character-wise, we'll put him in. All right, I'll put him in high B. Yeah, I take it back about S tier. We didn't see him for long enough, I think. He wasn't like he wasn't a part of the story for long enough to be S tier. Like he did some Giga Chad stuff, then he did some cringe shit, you know, and then he literally cut off the fucking truest Giga Chad of probably the truest Giga Chad of all of A Realm Reborn. And he cut off his freaking arm. So he's getting docked points for that. Speaking of which, I think he might take the cake now. Gaius was my favorite character a few weeks ago, but I feel like Raubahn has toppled the throne. I think Raubahn might be the biggest Giga Chad of ARR. Like, that guy is fucking sick, dude. Biggest Chad of A Realm Reborn. I think he might be. Like, he has to be, right? He literally chopped Teledji in half. Yeah, easy S. Yeah. He has to be. He has to be the highest S. He has to be top of the list. Biggest Chad period. Yeah, like, Raubahn is an absolute beast. We can't, like, he is an absolute Chad, dude. Right, where do we get to? Oh no, wait, we're here. Khan E. Senna. Who? She's so disappointing. She's like the most mature of the city leaders, but she also just doesn't have like any. She doesn't have like. She hasn't done anything. She's just been going. I believe we could stand united as Eorzea. The heroes of light. Like, oh my god. I hope she gets better. Like, she might even go down to trash. Because she's not even a who. Like, she's literally been there the whole time. She might be trash, honestly, guys. Because, like, we at least know who she is. Right. We'll put Kani there for now. Okay, where do we get? Good King Mogglmog. Oh, my boy. All right. No, wait, we're not doing primals, are we? Shit. Damn. Kupo. Yeah. You know what? The good king would easily be like a B, I think. Yeah. Just because great theme tune. Just he's a goddamn Moogle. He's having a great time. Kupo tier. Kupo tier for sure. Yeah, good king was great. We're not doing Livia. Livia we can do though. Livia was kind of badass. I'll give it to her. Livia was pretty badass. She fucked up the Scions though. Not cool, Olivia. Not cool. But she did the lettuce kick as well. Not cool. But she did some stuff. She had a role to play in the story. You know, her last dialogue is really bad. Yeah, like something about how she wanted to impress Gaius, right? She was like the big Gaius simp. Actually, so is Nero, but Nero got way cooler in Crystal Tower. Villain shouldn't lose points because of no. I'm not actually docking her points because she like did the lettuce kick. I think that if anything, that gives her points, right? I think they gain points for being good villains, if anything. I don't think she was like that top tier of a villain. Like she wasn't like a top tier villain though. She was like a side villain, right? She didn't do that many crazy things. But what she did, I think she did well, you know? That's why I put her like around the same as Ilberd, I think. Yeah, like I think Livia did what she did okay, but she's nothing to write home about, you know? She could also like she'd be a Humagalol if she wasn't like there for a longer period of the story, I think. The scene in Awakening Sands was badass. Yeah, well, that was where I was giving her most of her points are coming from the Waking Sands scene. I forgot that she killed one of her own soldiers. That was hella badass, actually. But I think she goes around the same as Ilberd. Like, yeah, we'll put her there, top of B. I think she belongs there. She's chilling. It's by no means bad. Lolorito. I feel like Lolorito is cooking, but he hasn't done so much just yet. But he is definitely cooking, kind of like Elidibus. So I think we gotta put him around that same tier. Like he's very sus. He's obviously got the brass blades right now, so they're not going anywhere anytime soon. He hasn't done that much, but I could be wrong, right? Because half of me thinks that he was behind the whole Nanamo thing, and it wasn't actually Teledji, and like almost Teledji was like a pawn. Well, he was part of it, but it was actually a bigger plot. Like, I feel like Lolorito might have been puppeting Teledji, which, like, makes him, like, a level higher, you know? Like, we thought Teledji was, like, a real bad guy. But I feel like maybe he was a puppet and Lolorito is, like, the higher power, and Teledji was, like, taking the fall almost. I don't know. I feel like it could go either way. So I feel like there's definitely something cooking with him. I could be wrong. My B is reliant on him being involved in the Nanamo thing as like the puppet master. If he's not, then he's a C tier for sure. But obviously don't say anything, right? I feel like he has to be part of it just because like how he turned around at the end was like with like his shit-eating grin, you know? Like Teledji took the fall kind of thing. Right, so we'll give him a B. We'll give him a B. Right. Louisoix, dudes. He's a Giga Chad. Louisoix is a Giga Chad. He I mean he literally says Eorzea. He's gotta be like just below Raubahn. I don't know if he gets ahead of Raubahn though. You know, he's an easy yes for sure. I mean, maybe he deserves to be at the top, tippy top. based on the fact that he essentially allowed us to exist. Oh yeah, he kind of one-shot Bahamut. All right, you know what? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he deserves it. He definitely deserves it. He did the fucking one punch through and through on Bahamut, and then became a Phoenix, became a literal primal, and saved the world. He kind of deserves. You know what? We can give him the S tier. He's allowed it. Stopped the literal apocalypse and was 19 times bigger than Alala and half them. All right. Fair enough point. He gets to go above Raubahn. All right, Louisoix is a Chad. Okay. Everything he did so far was great. I hope we see him more in future. Obviously, don't foreshadow any of that, but I do hope we see some more of him. The stuff we have seen of him has been pretty great, though. Okay. Merlwyb. I mean, she's great, but she hasn't actually done that much again. She leads probably the best. She leads probably the best of the Grand Companies. She did some cool stuff in the Leviathan quest lines. You know, she got out her guns and stuff. She's a row mummy as well, so extra points there. She's I feel like she's pretty badass, but she hasn't actually done that much, you know. I might have to shuffle some of these around soon. She just shot the priest. Yeah, I feel like that's literally the only cool thing she's done. Apart from like some of her speeches are quite good. She's definitely good at doing speeches for sure. Merlwyb is great, but I want to see her pop off some more, you know. Till C swallows all. She'd honestly, if she wasn't so good at speeches and she wasn't forced into the narrative, she'd be a Humegalol. You know what I mean? Like, she hasn't actually done much. She's done, look, she's doing a hell of a lot better than Carney. Not quite as good as Raubahn, you know? Like, I think B is solid. All right, Minfilia. She can go above Carney Center. But the butt window. Okay. But she's fucking shit though, alright? Why did she just sit there and watch Moonbryda die? All she's good at is getting kidnapped. There, I said it. There, I said it. That's the only thing she's goddamn good at, okay? Minfilia. Yeah, true and real. She's good at looking good. Yeah, I mean, she looks good. I'll give her that. But like, I think she's trash. She could, you could. All right, you have to convince me she's D tier. But she's never going higher than D. She's not going higher than D tier. So convince me why she's D over trash, guys. Come on, tell me one thing Minfilia has done. I'll wait. I'll wait. She got Booba. It's a good point. It's a good point. She did kill Moonbryda. She kind of... No! Moonbryda, don't do it! Don't step into the light! But also, it'd be really great if we could get rid of this Ascian right now. Alright, he's in my office. Okay, yeah. I wouldn't do it myself. But Moonbryda, no! She's like me on a hype train. She's just porn acting. She's like, whoa, guys, don't level up the hype train. No, Moonbryda, don't do it. She's a damsel in distress. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced on trash so far. Maybe she levels up, you know? Maybe she levels up. All right, Moonbryda, speaking of which. Yeah, she was pretty cool. She basically just came up with tech to permakill Ascians, which I think deserves some credit, right? Like, without her, we wouldn't know how to kill Ascians, and that's probably going to prove to be extremely vitally important. Honestly, yeah, you know what? Actually, she's B. I think she goes here. She wasn't in the story like long enough, I suppose, for me to go higher than this, I think. But she's pretty important in terms of what she accomplished, and she was banging my boy Urianger, so I mean, give it up for Moonbryda, you know. All right, Nanamo. Oh, Nanamo's pretty great, guys. She's up here somewhere. I think I don't know. Is she? I do like Nanamo, but did she really do that much? She was about to do great stuff, you know. She gave a great speech. She's probably why I joined the Immortal Flames, you know. So that's got to stand for something. She was gonna abandon the monarchy. She was kind of like the voice of reason. She was always like a positive one, you know. She was a positive soul. She was always like fighting the good fight. Don't give up. Let's save Eorzea. I feel like she was quite pivotal in like the end of 2.0, right? Like when all of the other leaders were like dooming. There was a part before we went to like Castrum Meridianum, right? Where like all the leaders were dooming, and Nanamo was like, "Look, guys, why don't we just fucking not be bitches?" And then they were like, "She do make a good point, though." So I feel like she gets some credit for that, you know? She's around here. Is she better or worse than Livia? I suppose better. Less badass, but cooler. I enjoy her more, right? It's my tier list. It's my tier list. Let me do what I want. Yep. Okay, Naish. I don't think I know who that is. Nero. Yeah, he's great, man. Honestly, I think I prefer Nero to Sid. I don't know. Sid did more cool shit. You know what? Let's just put them together. They're a couple. They're a duo. Like they have to go together. You know. Yeah, right next to Sid. I think they have to go together. You know, like Nero got so much cooler in the Crystal Tower questline though. But they have to go together. Like they're just the duo. They're the tag team. Yeah, we'll let them hold hands. They flirt around, like they're like flirting in the background of all the cutscenes and stuff. But I guess Sid has like done some more shit like towards us and our stuff, so he'll go slightly ahead. Like he gets to stand on the front side, I suppose. S tier are all foreigners. Look, I don't make the rules. You just gotta do cool shit and be a good character, and you get S tier. It's not that much to ask, is it? Minfilia and Carni Senna, huh? S tier is 3 Garleans. What was Raubahn was like a refugee, right? He was like came in as a refugee to Ulder and like rose up the ranks, right? From Alamigo, right? And then Louisoix. I don't really know that much about Louisoix, so if I'm not supposed to know, then don't tell me. Charlene, I got you. Alamigan Charlene. Impressive, you remember? I feel like I only remember because it's kind of fresh in my mind from when he was talking to Ilberd and they were saying about how they grew up together and shit, and Ilberd's always talking about Alamigo and stuff, so that's why I kind of remember. I've definitely remembered more story than I thought. Like sometimes I've been trying to recollect stuff and I just can't. Right, so Papalymo, he would have been trash tier until just the other day, when now he's D tier. All right, look, Papalymo did absolutely jack shit until he gave Ida the LB3 the other day. He did nothing through the whole of ARR except pretend he was important. He closed the gate with magic. He did shoot a fireball at the gate that they could have walked around. He did do that. He did do that, yep. And then he gave Ida LB3, and she's my gal. You know that Ida's my gal. You know what? We're going to rank Ida as well. Where is she? Here she is. She's a B tier. All right. She's cute and funny. All right. She hasn't really done that much, but the stuff she's done is always charming. You know what? She might be above like Merlwyb actually. Like, she's done some cooler stuff. She's a bit more funny and like goofy, you know. I was gonna put her down here because like she's just kind of, she's a scion being a scion. She's one of the cooler scions for sure. But I think I'll put her at like the low end of B, to be honest. I might even move Merlwyb down a bit, to be honest. I might move her down to like here as well, or maybe even like here. I think she's not as cool as these guys who are cooking, but we'll see. It can. This is the beautiful thing, and this is literally why I'm doing the tier list, right? So that I can see how my opinion on these characters changes over time based on the things that they do in the future. So it's great to have like a snapshot of my thoughts now, starting Heavensward, and maybe at the end of Heavensward, and see what happened. If like who's still doing cool shit, you know? What has she actually done? Yeah, she hasn't really done that much, which is why I'm putting her down here. But she's like goofy, you know? She's like a goofy son. She's on the sports scholarship. They're really close. Like Ida's goofy, but Mel was, yeah, you know what? Mel was more badass. Okay, yeah. There's no way she's over Merlwyb. Right, where are we at? I don't know who Fleege is. Pipin, honestly, he's kind of a Humegalol right now, you know? He's above Nabri. You know what? He's kind of Humegalol, but I feel like he's going to be cool. Like, he helped me get out of Older. I've literally talked to him for all of 2 seconds. But he seems like he seems like a top bloke. Yeah, he seems like a Giga Chad. He seems like a nice guy. He helped me out. He's Raubah's son, so he gets points for that. Like, I'm sure if I knew him more, he's gonna be like at least an A tier. He's gonna be like at least A, I think. But right now, he's a Humegalol because like I've literally had one cutscene talking to him, you know? Like Nabriales was great at what he did, but he was also there for 5 minutes, which is why he's in this tier, you know? If in not S tier, like he probably will be like somewhere up here because he's Raubah's son, right? Like he's gonna pop off. You know it. If he's in that same family, he's gonna fucking pump. But right now, he ain't done jack shit, mate. Except help me out. Rhitatyn. Rhitatyn was badass. I won't lie. But he was the least badass out of like the general, like the Empire generals, right? This guy is a joke. No, I did the reworked version of the fight and he was goddamn badass, all right? Yeah, the Cape Westwind guy. Exactly. He didn't do that much other than that though. So maybe I don't know. He refused to die. He was great. He was great at what he did. He could be in the Humegalol to be fair, but he was around for quite a while, like lurking in the shadows, you know what I mean? But I suppose he could potentially be a Humegalol. I'm gonna put him there. I'm going to put him at the bottom of B. He could even be C tier, to be honest. Maybe he's there. Maybe he's like behind Biggs and Wedge. Maybe Biggs and Wedge need to move up, you know? They did some important shit, I suppose. Yeah, Rhitatyn, you know what? He's alright. We'll put him in C. Alright, Tataru. Tataru's pretty great, guys. She's got her own thing going on. I feel like she's going to get a better story arc as well. She's doing great work. She's reliable. It's crazy that Tataru is better than Minfilia. I mean, it's not that crazy, but like, you know what I mean? Minfilia is literally leader of the Scions, and her secretary is getting like A tier here. Tataru's the GOAT. Yeah, I don't think she can make S tier, to be fair. I think she's a pretty solid A, though. Or maybe she's a high B. She might be an A. I think she's an A. It's not a high bar. I don't know if she could get an S. Like, really? Can we put Tataru in the same tier as Louisoix, Raubahn, Gaius, Sid, and Nero? I don't know about that. Easily? I mean, okay. Maybe she does some cool shit, but from ARR experience... Okay, I'm talking ARR. Yeah, what has she done in ARR again? I completely forgot. Exactly. Yeah, she's an A at best. That's what I'm thinking. Obviously, don't tell me anything she does in future, but, like, what has she really done in ARR? She's done some great secretary work. She's got herself kidnapped. She has wanted to aspire to more than just being a secretary. She did some juggling. She, became a scholar, or she became a summoner, or is it the one before those two? But yeah, she became a book wizard. She sucked at it. She came back, but she wants to do some good stuff, and she also helped us chat to some blokes in Mordona as well, right? She's done some stuff, but nothing spectacular. Yeah, Arcanist, that's it, right? She is honestly the real leader of the Scions. She is the highest Scion on the list, I suppose, except for Alfie. Okay, I'm leaving her in A tier. She doesn't quite make S. All right, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Let's see. Where are we at then? Teledji. I mean, he was a... See, he is a good villain. He is a really good villain. But I feel like Lolorito is ahead of him. But, like, not yet. You know what I mean? I feel like we'll find that out soon. Like, Teledji was a really good villain, to be fair. Like, he's just a fucking asshole. Like, you know someone's a good villain. It's like it's like that time in Game of Thrones. Look, don't spoil it for anyone in chat who didn't watch Game of Thrones. You're living in the past. But also, it's like when that thing happens to Game of Thrones and you literally stand up from your chair and you're like, fuck yes, because you hate someone so much. Teledji's on that level for sure. Yeah, it's the same character. Yeah, it almost is. Yeah. So like, you know it's a good villain when they're like that much of a prick, you know? Yeah, you know what? I think he might have to hit S. Crazy to see a man become half of that. He's half the man he used to be. So maybe he gets dock points there. Yeah, the good villains are the ones you love to hate. 100%. Do we agree? Teledji S tier? S tier villain. Like, he showed up so late and he did so much. Like, I learned to hate Teledji in such a short period of time. Like, he went from like just kind of being in the background and existing to being like, I was like, oh, this guy's great. He's like the one guy sticking up for Ulder and stuff like this. And then he just like completely 180'd into this fucking asshole. And then he just caused so much havoc in such a short space of time. Yeah, I liked him. I liked him at the start. I was like, oh, here's my boy. Like, yeah, like within like the space of 2 weeks, I was like, Teledji's my fucking boy. He's absolute quality. Finally, I was like using him as an example. Like my face right now. I was literally using him as an example to chat. Like, look, guys, good Lalafels exist. Look at my boy Teledji. He is finally pushing a good agenda, and he is a Lalafell. And then my fucking face right now. And now you know. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I lacked the critical information. Chat was laughing. Yeah, he was great. Honestly, he was great. I feel like Lolorito was like a baby version of Teledji. But like, that's what I think. He's like in the shadows. He's actually a true puppet master. We'll see. Because like at the start, they were opposing each other, but they're definitely linked. Thancred. He rose the ranks recently for sure, but he's not been that great in ARR. Okay, look, he's charming, but he's getting good. He's getting good. He's cooking. I think he's cooking, you know? I think he goes in like Elidibus tier, you know? He's cooking. As far as Scions go, he's pretty quickly like becoming more likable. Like 1 week ago, I was like, Thancred's fucking useless. Except that one time he did some ninja stuff. And then he got like a bit more funny and a bit more charming. And he's like had some like, you know, I've got a lot of entertainment out of Thancred and his like little voice lines when you talk to him. And everything's kind of revolving around him in the Rising Stones. Thancred got much better since the Rising Stones. Before the Rising Stones, Thancred was probably like pretty much trash tier in my opinion. But I feel like all the little side things, like whenever I like go talk to him and everyone's looking at him and being like, oh, that stupid asshole, like that stupid lovable asshole, like they're right, he is kind of a bit of a lovable asshole, you know? So I feel like he's cooking maybe, like he can probably go above Ida. He goes below the cooks here. I'll put him below Lolorito. Yeah, just because I think Lolorito is like is cooking something up. He can go above Merlwyb. He made you go into a Haurchefant because he couldn't be asked. Yeah, he was fucking useless up until like patch 2.4. You know what I mean? Or like 2.3 maybe. Let's put him in low B. I know chat's going to hate me because everyone loves Thancred for some reason. I'm yet to find out why. All right. So I'm going to put him where I think he belongs for now. Urianger. I mean, he's my boy. He's just connected to everything, dude. He's he might be higher than this. He might. I think he's probably here maybe. S for sus. He's hella sus. Now he's hella sus. He was giga chatted and based. He's still those things, but now he's sus as well, which is like even more character depth, right? Yeah, I think he's above Gaius. Maybe Teledji needs to be higher. Like, maybe Teledji needs to go above these guys. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Urianger right behind Raubahn. Like, Urianger might even move up further. Like, depending on like what the fuck's going on with the Ascians and shit now. Because like probably the last thing I found out in the story is like he was chatting with Lahabrea. Gaius is S? I agree. Yeah, Gaius is S, dude. Gaius is the absolute badass. Teledji above Sid and Nero, blasphemy. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's close. Like, Teledji could go either side. But the thing is, it was like the fucking euphoria that I felt when Teledji got cut in half. That was such an emotional high. Like, I don't think Nero and Sid have made me feel like I fucking bust, you know? Like, they're great. I'll give them that. But, like, Teledji made, well, lack thereof of Teledji made me bust, you know? So, I think he gets higher for that. Just for, like, based on, like the blue balls into busts. Okay, we've done Wedge. We're not doing Zande. We've done either, Y'shtola. Yeah. Y'shtola, you gotta do something, man. Y'shtola hasn't done jack shit, man. Like, realistically, what did Y'shtola do? Okay? She, like, shadowed me when I was trying to do Titan stuff. But then she cast one spell at the end. She cast one spell at the end of Era. And she didn't do anything else. I mean, I hope she cooks. I hope she does something. Like, look, all these characters is in the post, like after post era, where I think anything they've done, how much they've contributed to the story and my experience and stuff like this, right? Y'shtola hasn't really done anything, but I hope that she does. Papalymo hasn't really done anything, but I hope that he does. I hope Canny Senna pops off. I hope Minfilia actually fucking pulls her thumb out of her asshole and does something as well. But right now they haven't really, right? Like, Pipin is going to cook for sure. He's going to end up, surely he's going to be an S-tier Lalafell. He has to be, right? But right now he hasn't done anything. Right now I've done one cutscene with him, you know? So we'll see. Right, Yugiri is, she's pretty cool. The cool thing about her is that she's going to teach... Firstly, she's an aura. Okay? I'll just say that right now. So she's gonna... She deserves... She's a queen. Alright, she's a queen. She's an aura. She's ephemera. It is what it is. Call me a scaly or what. I don't know if she can really be higher than B, though. She didn't do much yet. You know? She is kind of saving a nation, though, with the Domans. So that's commendable as well. Like, she's got, like, a... She's having, like, a good cause... You know, good cause. She did some cool shit. And she's an aura. I mean, high B maybe? Like, she's got a good cause. I think that she's going to progress. I think she's cooking. I think she's going to progress quite a bit as a character. I hope the Domans come into it more because I don't really know much about Doma. Is it Doma? That's the nation, right? I don't know anything about Doma, really. Like, they're just kind of there. And, like, something fucking blew up about their, like their whole fucking nation blew up or some shit. I can't even remember the story behind it, like what I'm supposed to know or not. Are they related to the Isle of Val? Is that the same thing? I don't remember. But yeah, what the fuck is the Isle of Val thing? I feel like that still didn't get. I still don't know what the hell's going on with that. Okay, Yu Hase. You little bitch. Alright, yeah, we don't know. Okay, we're still not supposed to know. That's good. Don't say anything then. Yu Hase. I mean, Evil Lala fell. Again. He's kind of a Who Megalol, to be fair. He's barely a character. Yeah, he's kind of a Who Megalol. Yeah, you know what? Fuck that guy. Who? Yu Hase. Yeah. He got a voice line. He got one voice line. Pipin's cooler. Nabriales is cooler. I think we might be done. Okay, here's my tier list. All right. Any big disagrees or agrees on there? What do we think, guys? How do you think it went? How do you think it did? Also, honorable mentions I'll do in a second. But I think this looks pretty well-rounded. Like Louisoix, Raubahn, Urianger, Gaius, Gigachads, Teledji, Giga Asshole. So he gets S tier. Sid and Nero, you know, they're lovable. Alfie did some good character progression. Halchi's an absolute bro. Tataru's an absolute bro. Moonbryda was very good at what she was there for, which was some sweet, sweet research. Honestly, game-breakingly OP research even. So, I mean, I could even put Moonbryda higher just because of, like, how integral her role was in the story. Probably going forward. Nanamo had really good intentions and like kept spirits high, so she was pretty great. I feel like Yugiri is going to do some cool stuff in future. Ilberd was a good he was a good Gigachad like friend turned villain, so I think that they did his arc quite well. Livia was pretty badass in the few things that she did. Estinien hasn't really done anything yet. He's just a little bit like whack, I guess. He's like being a bad guy in the Dragon Quest, and now he's like suddenly my mate. Lahabrea is kind of like responsible for a lot of content that we've done so far in the game. You know, he's pulling the strings. He's doing some shit. I don't think he's done like anything particularly badass except the fight against him at the end of 2.0. Graha's cooking. I feel like he's going to play a good role, but he was cool. He was cool. I enjoyed him. Aymeric, he's hot, but he's kind of just standing there looking pretty right now. He is, you know, he's a hot daddy, but he hasn't really done that much personally yet. I'm hoping he pops off. Alisae, great quest line with the coils. Haven't seen her since or before, so hopefully she's going to do some cool shit in the future. She's in the cooking tier with Elidibus, who I think is going to play a pretty integral role going forward with the whole Asian stuff, and hopefully in Heavensward, especially as we saw him and Lahabrea with the Pope, so that's why they're pretty close together. Lolorito, I hope, is like a big character. I hope he's like the next like big political villain. And like he's cooking big time. I hope he was pulling all the strings on Teledji, and that was why Teledji was good. So we'll see. We'll see. It could, like Lolorito could go either way. He could either go real high up in the next tier list, or he could go down real low if he just like dies and does nothing. We'll see. Merlwyb, you know, we like her. She's B for Booba, and she is she did some good stuff. She gave some good speeches. She shot a guy in the head. Pretty cool, I guess. Thancred started off dog shit tier. Obviously we got to cut him some slack since he literally got possessed by an Asian. So like fair play. Like that was not his intention. We can't really punish him for those things. That also meant that he had like no screen time during the whole of 2.0. So like he's definitely handicapped in that sense, coming from behind there. But he became more and more like stupid lovable Thancred in like the last 2 patches or so. So I'm enjoying him more and more, but he hasn't actually done that much yet, right? So Ida is basically a similar thing but on a lesser scale, but she's just like goofy and like funny, and she punches hard, you know. So she's done some good punches. She's done some good action hero punches and stuff. So she gets like a low B. Biggs and Wedge, you know, they're not that great. They're all right. They're all right. They're like Sid's sidekicks. They do some important stuff ish, but nothing. They haven't done anything mind-blowing yet, I don't think, like that stood out to me, apart from like maybe like getting Maggie working. Maggie's pretty cool. So, and then Rhitatyn, yeah, kind of a side character, but he was pretty badass, so we'll give him a C tier. I enjoyed his boss fight. It was like the first hard thing I did in the game, so yeah, like Rhitatyn was like the first hard thing that we got to, so you know, he deserves points for that. Hoary Boulder hasn't really done anything yet, but hopefully he's cooking. Philomin, she just makes food and serves drinks and looks after people, so she gets homie points, but she hadn't really done that much. She's also, it's crazy how a side character of literally the leader of the Scions is C tier and Minfilia is in trash tier, but that is what it is. Papalymo hasn't really done anything, nor has Y'shtola. Papalymo gets a little bit more points than Y'shtola though, because he gave Ida the LB3. Nabriales, he was a great character for the very, very short amount of screen time he got. Rizlord, yeah, the Rizzler over here, he was great. His boss fight was cool, really enjoyed it, but yeah, he was literally there 5 minutes. Pipin, hopefully he's going to become a Giga Chad and go into like A tier or higher in the future, we'll see. But I've literally had one cutscene with him. Yuhase, who Yuhase? Yeah, he's just, yeah, I mean, he betrayed people and he's a Lalafell, but that was it. And then Minfilia and Kani trashed it, literally haven't done anything. Kani, who's the worst character out of these two? I can't even decide. I feel like maybe Kani is above Minfilia. I might even amend that. I think Kani is more sensible. We'll see what Minfilia does in future. Doing Y'shtola Day, she hadn't done anything. And yeah, Kani, she seems like the most mature out of the leaders when it comes to like using her ed. But yeah, she hasn't really done anything. She's been pretty boring, pretty bad. And then Minfilia is, she just doesn't do anything well. So there you go. That's my tier list. Honorable mentions though, Eamon or Asmon seems pretty cool. Like, I hope that we find out more about Eamon as we get there. Story-wise, hopefully he's coming back in the Elegant Lore side of things. Nail was cool. I enjoyed the boss fight and everything. Ramuh seems like a top bloke. I like Ramuh a lot. Hopefully we see some more of him. Xande, also kind of cool with the Elegant Lore, so we'll see if we see him again. I don't know if we will, but hey, don't spoil it, chat. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I haven't done the Hildy stuff, so any characters here with Hildy, I haven't done the Hildy stuff, so yeah. And Phlegmon, absolute badass, by the way, but yeah, he literally was there. He's a Humegalo, you know? He's a Humegalo villain. He was like one boss in one raid, wing of one raid. Do we agree, guys? Was this a fair tier list? I feel like I justified most of my choices. Yes, exactly. That's the entire point, Livava. I'm gonna do it at the end of each expansion. So this is like now. This is my snapshot of how I feel about the characters at the end of ARR, and I am very excited to play Heavensward and then redo the list with these characters minus the ones which don't change, plus the ones which get introduced, and see how they look differently at the end of each expansion, and like how I rate people as we go. Like that's kind of the point as well. So it should be really interesting to see.